Hey folks, this is Lawrence with another edition of Fellowship of the Father, and we are going to be talking about the call. The call. So, what does that mean for me? So, think about the call of the hour. What is the call of the hour? So, I guess if I were to make a task list for the day, and someone called up and said, "Hey, I know you're on your way to work, but the water heater blew up, so I need you to come back and turn off the water." Okay, that's the call. That's the call of the hour. That's the emergency. So you think about how God calls certain people to task in the Bible, and so like one would be Moses. So say Moses, Moses, I need you to go free my people. That is a call of the hour. That is a task being assigned to you that you don't necessarily want, but you know you need to do it. So think about how that might apply to you in your life. So I'm a musician. Sometimes I'll have a friend of mine call me up and say, "Hey, I need you to, or we should get together and jam. Let's get together and jam." Okay, cool. So I'll schedule the time, and then I'll get my car, start heading out. And if my wife calls up and says, "We have an emergency, one of our kids has been in an accident," I wouldn't say, "Wow, I'll try to hook up a little bit later. Right now I'm on my way to practice. I'm on my way to jam and have a good time." In other words, it's a shifting of priorities. It's like, I have this thing in my life. This is something I scheduled. This is something, as a man, I believe is my mission, but something has changed and it needs my attention now. There's no one else that can do this. There's no one else that can fix this situation. You need to be in on this right now. So that's the call. And you think about that. This could be a very short video, but it just occurred to me. The way I do these lessons is I brainstorm what I want to talk about. For some reason, I wrote The Call. And there was a band called The Call back in the 80s, and my friend listened to him and he killed himself. He ended up killing himself, and they played a song by The Call at his funeral. And I guess the call at that time is I should have known that he was in desperate need of some attention back in those days. The discussion that we had previous to the days that he killed himself was that he's thought about killing himself. And at that point in my life, I was very shallow. I had no dimension, and I said, "Well, yeah, don't do that. That'll create a mess. Don't do that." That was my big wise moment of the moment. Yeah, don't create a mess for someone else. Kind of like appealing to his own guilt and his own shame that he's already experiencing, instead of hearing him out and understanding that there's something deeper going on. And that's, if we're not careful, that's the way life slaps us. It's like, do you see the red flags? Do you see what's begging for your attention at any given time? Or are you just kind of running on autopilot? Are you just doing simply what you want to do? Life is a pitch and catch, and there's a balance, and you got to balance some of this stuff out. You can't just say, like, I'm going to blow it out. I'm this man, and I'm going to blow it out, and therefore I'm going to build this corporation. And then meanwhile, your kids are at home and they're suffering, and you're just not paying any attention to them. You need to teach them to not be super needy, not really selfish, but at the same time, you need to be somewhat approachable. And that's one of the hardest things that we have to do as men. And part of our job is not only to hear when people are talking, but also see the signs, read the room, understand things that are going on that aren't necessarily being said out loud. Are you aware? Are you conscious of your environment? Are you conscious about what's going on? Are you conscious about what's going on in your city? Are you conscious about what's going on in your state, United States? Are you conscious about this stuff, or are you on autopilot? Because I guarantee you, if you're on autopilot, you are heading for rude awakenings. This is not a great time to be on autopilot in the United States or even in the world. So anyway, this has been a really quick Fellowship of the Father, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, share, and subscribe, leave a comment, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the comments section as well. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon. This is Lawrence with Fellowship of the Father, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.